welcome to Pirates.Net. Unfortunately, for reasons beyond our control, we were unable to film last weekend's games, but the scores were 19-0 to Swindon Ice Lords and 3-6 to Guildford Flames. Back to tonight's game. The Peterborough Pirates have played Medway Bears 19 times over the years. They've won 12 of those games. This season, though, the Peterborough Pirates have played Medway Bears 3 times. They've won 1 of those games. Fortunately, all 3 of those games were played on Medway's home turf. As you can see, there seem to be problems with the ice, so we don't quite know what's happening yet. Hopefully the game still will go ahead. While we're here, we'll take a look at the fans' views. As you probably know, there's a new share system where the players, supporters and management all buy into the team. Would you be willing to do that at all?
It would, yeah. Certainly would be, yeah.
What do you think about it? Do you think it's a good idea?
It depends on if everybody's interested. If people don't turn around and support it, then it's going to be a waste of time. But for me personally, yeah, it depends on the price of them.
Medway tonight are icing Stuart Carville and Andy Martin, both previous Pirates players. How do you think the crowd are going to treat them tonight, welcome them into the rink?
I think they'll give them their usual welcome for ex-players that have turned around and left. The usual booing. Same as usually.
All right. And what about tonight's game? Pirates have played them 19 times over the years. This season, 3 times. We've won 1 game out of that. How do you think we're going to do in tonight's game?
Well, with the new players, hopefully we'll put up a better performance. We usually play quite well on our own ice with a bit of determination, so hopefully we'll do the same again tonight and win tonight's game.
So what do you think about the share system then? Will we see you buying into it?
Good idea, and yes, I will buy some, yes. As soon as I get enough money, I'll buy as many as I can.
Still a keen supporter then, even though all the troubles and everything that have been going?
It doesn't make any difference to me. You know, I'll stick with them through thick and thin. I'll moan a lot, but I'll stick with them through thick and thin.
What about tonight's opposition? We've played them 19 times over the years, and this season 3 times. We've only won 1 game out of the 3. What do you think the chances are in tonight's game?
Much better tonight than they were 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I think we should beat them tonight. We should do.
Your predictions on the scores?
About 7-3.
To the Pirates?
To the Pirates.
So there's a new share system. How do you think it's going to work out for the team?
Anything that's going to help the team, we're all right behind it with the fundraising and, you know, the share system and everything, yeah.
Would you all get involved in that?
We certainly would, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, anything that's going to really bring things back to where Peterborough Pirates should be, we're really going to be for it.
What about tonight's game? Pirates have played Medway 19 times, have won 12 times, and 3 times this season and won 1. How do you think they're going to do in Peterborough Ice Arena?
Well, we've got 2 new players tonight. I personally haven't seen them play. They only played their first game last night, but I believe one of them scored the first goal. I think we should win, yeah.
And your predictions on scores?
9-4.
So Medway also having problems, a bit like Peterborough. How well do you think they're going to do in tonight's game?
I don't think there'll be an awful much in it. We've got rid of some of our imports now, so it's almost all British sides. We have got 2 imports. I don't know what Peterborough have got this year.
Medway lost last night, same as the Pirates lost last night. Do you think this will affect them psychologically at all?
I don't think so, because we had a good game last night. Although it sounds a large score, we could have very easily drawn it. We had some very, very near misses, but it just unfortunately didn't go in, or the goalkeeper came up big.
Stuart Carville and Andy Martin have both previously played in Pirate shirts. Are they good for Medway, do you think?
I think they're excellent. They started with Medway. Well, Andy Martin didn't, because he started in Ayr, I think. But last night, Andy Martin was on the ice for an awful long time, and he was very, very good.
So how do you think they're going to fare in the Peterborough Ice Arena? Do you think this is going to affect them at all, being back here?
I don't think it'll affect them. I don't think people think like that. I think they play for the team that they're with at that particular time.
So can I have your predictions on the scores in tonight's game then? There's a lot of speculation. A lot of people that I've spoken to think that the Pirates are going to win. What do you think?
Well, I think the Pirates have got one very good line. I'm not sure about the rest of it, but I would say it will be a fairly close game, probably 6-4. Which way? I'm not quite sure. I'm just hoping it's Medway.
Perhaps even a draw?
Yeah, possibility, yeah. Very good, strong possibility.
Well, thank you very much and enjoy the game. Okay, Tony, can you just tell me a bit about the share system that you've got going here with the Pirates?
Well, not really. All I know is it's going to be there's going to be literature and some information released, I think, within the next week or two.
What about the new players that you've got coming in? We've already got 2 playing at the moment.
Yeah, we've brought in the 2 Billingham boys. They're 2 passport holders, Tom Brown and Brian Perry. They're 100% boys. They're going to do a good job for us. Just give us a little bit of depth, but we're looking to still increase the squad, obviously.
How are the Pirates going to play tonight against Stuart Carville and Andy Martin? Are there any instructions to go easy on them or anything?
No. The boys have been looking forward to this game for a long time. We had a tough game last night. They did a good job, and they're just ready to go hell for leather tonight.
And it's within our reach as well, isn't it, winning tonight?
Oh, definitely. I mean, we're 3 games in hand over these, and we're going to start capitalising on it right from tonight.
Your predictions on the scores then for tonight's game?
Win for us.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Tony. In terms of statistics, Medway Bears and the Peterborough Pirates are very similar. How do you think tonight's game is going to be?
I think the game's either going to be very close or going to be one-sided. We like Peterborough, very tight on money. We're keeping things very tight. We have to, as I say, the money's not there, and we have to keep on going as best we can.
Psychologically, for the team members, how do you think Stuart Carville and Andy Martin are going to play tonight? Is it affecting them being back in the Peterborough Ice Arena?
They don't even think about it.
They're not?
No, in fact, I don't even think that it's been on their mind that they played here before.
Because the teams are so close, is there any special training at all that the teams have had to go through?
No, I think the thing to remember is that I've been a tight budget team right back to the early days back in May and June of this year, when Peterborough were going to be spending £250,000 on wages. I was only spending 50,000, so my practices haven't changed, team strategies haven't changed. We just turn up week in, week out. We're going to play to our full potential every week, the best availability, and that's the way we've gone on through the season.
Are there any Pirates players that worry you at all?
No, any team. We Swindon, Slough, nobody, no team ever worries us. We get beat, we've won. We tied Swindon 3-3. We beat Guildford 8-3. So no, I don't think there's any team that really worries us. We just come out and play.
So your predictions on tonight's game?
I never give a prediction on a game.
Draw? Your win? Us win?
Oh, I don't say. We'll see after 60 minutes.
Keeping that under wraps. Okay, well, thank you very much and good luck.
Thank you very much.
So Medway Bears made a strong start, knowing full well that Pirates had an inexperienced 14-year-old in goal, but David Whitwell kept them out for the first 7 minutes, and that included killing a power play. Now though, with Stuart Parker in the bin, Medway have a power play and a power play goal. Well, that opening goal woke Pirates up. We're now in the 10th minute of play, and John Cotton there in the corner is determined to battle for this puck, and he wins it, setting up brother Darrow for a lovely little backhander into the goal. It's 1 apiece. One apiece then, and it's Medway's turn to score. Andy Hanna's set up Jamie Randall, who passes it back, and it goes straight through the 5-hole into the goal. 2-1 Medway. Now Medway know there's an inexperienced netminder in Pirates' goal and are determined to pepper shots on him, but Pirates' defence are determined to keep them out. Here though, the slip, poor Constantin right in the goal mouth. Nobody could have stopped that shot. Now this is new Canadian defenceman Brian Perry. He takes 2 men on but loses the puck eventually. Darren Cotton picks it up, feeds brother John. It's a goal. Pirates second. Another Cotton goal. So we're in the last minute of the first period. Medway are 3-2 ahead. And there, Carl Rogers has a lucky pounce on the puck, which is in the goal mouth. And no goalkeeper could have stopped that one either. So we're into the second period now, with Medway having that slender 4-2 lead. An important game for both teams, of course, this one, at the bottom of the Premier League table. Tom Brown, having scored on his debut, came close, but now Medway have the attack, only to be foiled by young Daffy Whitwell in goal. Kevin King clears it to John Cotton, and look at that lovely pass to brother Darren. He can't miss. It's 4-3. Medway back on the power play now with Stuart Parker off for a 2-minute minor. Of course, in the first period, Parker was off when Medway had a power play goal. This time they're just passing around, biding their time. They find the guy at the blue line there. He shoots. Somebody gets a stick to it, and it's Hannah's hat-trick goal. So, Pirates are 5-3 down now, but have the power play with Carl Rogers off, and this really is sloppy forward work that leads to a short-handed goal for Medway. There we have the puck just given to one of their players, no one picks it up, and the breakaway is all too quick for Pirates to cope with. Two of their players against two of the Pirates, and the goal is oh so simple. Still on the same power play. Now look where Andy Martin is when he makes that pass. Clearly in Bears' own territory. And look where Paul Constantin is when he picks up the puck. A blatant two-line pass. It should never be allowed, and Kevin King is telling the referee just that. It seems though that neither of the linesmen were watching, and neither was the referee, and Medway are allowed to keep the goal that should never have gone in. Now that goal's given Medway a 7-3 advantage, which is hugely psychological. Pirates know now they've got to come back from 4 goals behind. Into the third and final period then, and Pirates are short-handed with Tom Brown in the penalty box. He, of course, one of the 2 new Canadians making his debut at the weekend. Here, though, netminder Whitwell is just unsighted. The power play goes in. It's the 5th for Andy Hall. Now, lovely play by John Cotton on the boards there. He plays the puck through his legs with his hands, finds Cassie Dawkins, who sets up Darren Cotton for his hat-trick goal. And we're still in the first minute of the third period. Four minutes into the final period, Pirates have been piling the pressure on. Win a face-off. Simon Perkins has the 5th goal for Peterborough Pirates. That brings the score back to 8-5. So just 3 goals behind. Pirates still feel they can get those extra goals, but they're short-handed here as Kuznetsov takes the puck forward. He feeds it to Hannah, who has an easy goal to make his personal tally 6. So that's the 9th goal. Young netminder David Whitwell feels bad about that one, but he shouldn't do. He's had a superb game. He faced 53 shots in total. Well, it looked as though Whitwell wanted to come off, but he stayed in goal for the rest of the game and was man of the match. Pirates kept pushing forward, and here, with just 2 minutes to go, came very close to scoring, but were obviously just denied at the last minute. But as the players go away, Hannah, who scored 6 goals, wants a fight. He picks on Phil Butler, never a sensible move, and Butler tells him with his fists that was not a sensible thing to do. By the time the linesmen break it up, the referees decided they're equally to blame. Both men get 2 minutes and an extra 2 on top of that, which means they're now out of the game. But with the score at 9-5 Medway, it's good as over anyway. A major disappointment then for the Pirates. A win would have left them 5 points behind Medway. As it is, they're 9 points adrift.
Although statistically Medway should have been a beatable team, what happened this evening?
I don't know, maybe we were just too keen, maybe we were overconfident. We thought too much of our offensive game rather than our defensive game. And the first period cost us dearly, you know, we just weren't tight enough in our end and weren't disciplined enough. But, you know, I wouldn't say it was all bad. There was some good things out there. Our British players are playing 100%. But, you know, I'll stress it even more now. We have to bring our imports in immediately. Simple as that.
Is that your weak points, do you think, the defence of the team?
Yeah, definitely. All due respect to the British players, we have to bring our imports in now. Yeah.
Quite good power plays, I thought, throughout the first, second and third period. You know, we played very well on the power play, didn't give any goals away. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, that's the idea of a power play, you know, not to give any goals away. You know, you don't want to give short-handed goals away. But I thought we could have capitalised a bit more on things, but that's just the way it goes. I mean, you know, mentioning no names, but, you know, there was another bad side to the game as well. You know, I'm not allowed to slate people off through the media, but I definitely was disappointed with one area of the game, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people said about the rest decisions being a bit one-sided. What do you think about that? Do you think they cost the Pirates the game this evening?
Oh, you hit that nail on the head. I'm not allowed to comment on officials, but there you go. Everyone see it for themselves tonight, and yeah, I suppose, you know.
So what happens next week?
Well, I'm going to push the organisation to give me the green light again to go out and get more players. We've got guys sitting out there. We've got agents working for us to bring guys in. They feel as though they can give us the guys with the credentials that we need. So fingers crossed, Monday, Tuesdays are going to be critical days for us to get bodies in.
This evening's game, are you proud of the players that you've brought in so far recently?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, it was a case of, you know, with all due respect to Tom and Brian, it was a case of grabbing who was ever out there for this weekend. We needed bodies. We were down to 9. Billingham circulated the fact that they were ready to offload their 2 import players because they can't afford to carry them any longer. So, and I knew what Tom Brown could do. I didn't know anything about Brian, but they've both performed admirably this weekend, and they've done the job and earned their money.
So tonight's game, can you just talk me through how you thought it went?
I thought the officials were very biased, actually. Put it bluntly, if you like, they could have come up on their coach. That's the way I feel about it. Everything that was going on, it wasn't all one-way traffic, but you'd think so just by the referee's decisions.
I mean, they called so many Pirates players and not enough Medway players, I felt.
That's right, and I think, to be honest, they ought to have an escort out of the marina.
What do you think about the players, the man of the match? Were there any players in Pirates that you thought did exceptionally well?
The goalkeeper, or netminder, whatever they like to call it. I think all the while I'm thinking that's about the first time netminder's ever been made man of the match.
So what do you think of the strengths and weaknesses of the teams? What do you think they need to do to improve the team?
They're a little bit weak in defence. They've got a marvellous combination up front, but it's just the defence. They were caught, if you like, 2-1 on, which is a little bit off-putting at the moment when they're trying to rebuild, but I think they've got the right ideas for the future.
Okay, can you just talk me through the game, how it was for you?
Disappointing. It could have been a very, very good game against 2 sides. They're probably equal on strength, equal on every department, but I think you'll agree if you cover the game on television tonight, the game was spoiled by some very, very poor refereeing decisions.
I thought a lot of the decisions were pretty dicey.
Yeah, I mean, you can understand 1-2 mistakes in a game, but there was 3 or 4 mistakes there which are, I mean, the crowd shout for 2 line passes there. That's the one they get right every time, and 3 or 4 of them tonight were just...
And it cost us the game, really, didn't it?
Yeah, the one that really cost us was the 7th goal, just before the end of the second period. It went across 3 lines. They were short-handed, scored a goal, the game was over. It's always hard to come back from 4 goals down.
Were there any Pirates players that played exceptionally well in your book?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to give credit to all of them. I mean, they're putting everything into the game. They're up against a lot of good sides. They're giving 100% effort. You can't fault any of them. Darren Cotton was outstanding again. John Cotton was outstanding. I mean, you can't not fault any of the team really.
Playing under very difficult circumstances, I suppose.
Yeah, they're still short on the actual bench. I mean, they're running on 2 lines. I know Medway themselves had 2 lines tonight. But, you know, I think we'll get another couple of good imports. You know, we'll be thereabouts.
You still going to keep supporting them?
Damn right, yeah.
Good, well done.
take a look now at the other results from last weekend, starting with the games on Saturday the 30th of November, when Kingston Hawks had an 8-5 home win over the Telford Tigers. Elsewhere, Solihull Blaze won 8-2 at Medway Bears, and Swindon Ice Lords stayed top, but only just by the skin of their teeth, as they beat the Guildford Flames by 4 goals to 3. Pirates, of course, were in Slough on Saturday and lost by 11 goals to 5. It might have seemed a convincing scoreline for Slough, but their coach Scott Rex wasn't happy afterwards because his team's only averaged 3 goals against in each match so far this season, and Pirates put 5 past them. On Sunday, Solihull were 7-5 winners at the Guildford Flames. The Swindon Ice Lords won 5-3 at Kingston Hawks, but coach Keith Milhenge was a naughty boy, having already been banned once this season for verbal abuse of a referee. This time he got a gross misconduct for physical abuse of a referee and is facing a lengthy ban. It means he doesn't come to Peterborough with Kingston this Saturday. Slough Jets were also winners. They won 6-4 at the Telford Tigers, for whom it was the 11th straight defeat. And as we've just seen, Peterborough Pirates had that disappointing result at home against Medway Bears, losing by 9 goals to 5. It leaves Pirates well and truly at the foot of the table. Swindon are still top, but only 1 point ahead of Solihull Blaze, although the Ice Lords do have that extra game in hand. While in third place, it's the other S, the Slough Jets. They have matches in hand as well, but a little bit off the running behind Swindon and Solihull. It's a definite top 3, and then a big gap before the Kingston Hawks, Guildford Flames, who are behind them but with games in hand, and Telford Tigers. Then at the bottom, it's Medway Bears, who've played more games than virtually everybody else, and Peterborough Pirates, who still have 4 games in hand. Pirates play the Kingston Hawks on Saturday, and that's a home game with a 5:30 face-off. And on Sunday, it never rains but it pours. We're off again to Solihull Blaze.
A very disappointing game here at the Peterborough Ice Arena. The final score 9-5 to the Medway Bears. A lot of the Pirate supporters are feeling very cheated right now. I thought it was a very good game, however. Pirates players put 100% in. Until next time on Pirates on 8, goodbye.